Monday Night Football is kicking off shortly within the next 15 to 20 minutes here, and I'm Jo Madden of BettingPros. Let's dig into this game. Drop your questions in the live chat over here on YouTube. We're going to go over everything you need to know: sides, total, player props. Drop those questions in the chat. We'll go over everything. We'll get to each and every single one of them here. I want to thank you guys for joining me here on a Monday night, wrapping up week number 15 with the Miami Dolphins taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, bad news for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Without TJ Watt out there on the field, this defense is going to have to really step up. Now, looking at games for the Pittsburgh Steelers without TJ Watt, it's crazy to think only 11 games in his career that he has missed, and the Steelers have only been able to get one win without him. Still a 3.5 point favorite, and we are seeing movement in those lines. Currently, we're seeing a bunch of threes and then a bunch of 3.5. So if you do want Miami plus the points, you can grab them plus the 3.5. If you like the Steelers, definitely shop for that 3. As for the money line, if you're looking either way, it would be Miami on the money line. Right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers are way too overpriced on that money line, being a 3-point favorite. It could be a nice live betting opportunity, though, if Miami's able to drive down the field and get those points on the board first. But let me know what you guys are thinking for this Monday Night Football game, wrapping up Week 15. Who you think can get the win? I told you the disadvantages here for the Pittsburgh Steelers without TJ Watt, but what about Tua in cold weather? That stigma does follow him. Now, in games of below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, he's gone 0-5. At kickoff tonight, we're seeing this one. It's going to be 16 degrees only. So is Tua going to struggle in the cold weather, or will the Pittsburgh Steelers struggle here without TJ Watt? I think there's a little bit of both. I think we're going to see some struggles out of Tua, but I do think Tua will have extra time there in the pocket. We're going to see some nice passes out of him. And then I'm looking at Aaron Rodgers and company, the offense here of the Pittsburgh Steelers, to get it done. So my first bet in this one, you guys, I'm laying the 3 points here with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I normally love to bet the Steelers as a home dog or a road dog. Mike Tomlin has been fantastic in those situations, but I'm looking for him to have his team ready here in prime time. We know this game is meaningful for both of these teams tonight, looking to get the win for playoff hopes. So Pittsburgh, I will take laying the 3 points. Now you're going to have to lay the juice when you lay the 3. That juice up to, minus 123 to minus 128. So definitely shop those lines. Make sure you get the best of those numbers. But I'll lay the 3 with the Pittsburgh Steelers. As for the total, you guys, we're seeing that total floating around as well. I'm seeing still some 42.5 out there. This one, I got to roll with the 42.5 to the over. Now, if you're getting a 43, I'm not too concerned. 43.5, it's pushing it, but I still think we get over it. I do think this is a game in which, you've got a 24-20, 21 style of win out here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's going to be hard with that spread, right? Hitting right on that number of 3. So hopefully they're able to put 24 points, maybe an extra point comes somewhere in this one, 25 points, and we're able to hold down the Miami Dolphins, not allow them to get those points on the board. But I do think they cover it, but we still go over the total of 42.5. So we're going to be really tight to this number and really tight to the spread. I don't see the Pittsburgh Steelers blowing out the Miami Dolphins. And of course, if I'm betting the Steelers laying the 3, I don't see a blowout. But let me know your guys' thoughts on this one, where you're going. And then do me a solid, you guys, if you love this free content coming out over here on BettingPros, all you have to do is hit that thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up over here for all this free content to continue coming out as we roll into January. So I also want to hear what you're betting, what you're liking. I got player props for you guys, and I want to answer your questions. So if you do have questions in this game, make sure you do jump into the live chat here on YouTube. I can see you guys all sitting around there. So let me know what you're thinking in this one. Now, a long shot. If you guys want a long shot, I love a good long shot. Adam Thielen, we know he was picked up by the Steelers from the Miami Vikings. And Minnesota Vikings. Sorry, it's from the Minnesota Vikings. And I think Adam Thielen is a sneaky long shot here for the anytime tutty. That's coming in at plus 800. Now, last week in that game, and we know Aaron Rodgers loves to look for his main targets out there. He has his favorites. He's going to give the ball to Gainwell. He's going to get the ball to DK Metcalf. But the Miami Dolphins know this. Adam Thielen, I think, has the hands that he'll respect out there. We saw one target to him last week. It was 4 receiving yards. So not a big, he wasn't targeted more than once. So 1 target, 1 reception. With that, his anytime touchdown tonight is coming in at plus 800. I had to put a sprinkle, you guys. I also like him over the 1.5 receptions. I'm expecting 2 receptions out of Adam Thielen in this game. So I'm going to roll with it. I'm going to take that long shot. But if you're looking for less of a long shot, I think there's a couple ways to go. Without TJ Watt out there on the field, look for the Miami Dolphins and Tua to have more time. Look for his offensive line to have more time without TJ Watt coming at him. I would have loved to play TJ Watt for the anytime sack tonight, but of course we can't. But Jalen Waddle, I think you look at him for his receiving prop. This number coming at 63.5, I think is just too light. I'm looking for success out of Tua for some nice big passes to him. You look at Waddle on the season, he has 816 receiving yards, 6 receiving touchdowns. I do think he's going to be that number 1 target. So Jalen Waddle is one of those players that I did play tonight, over 63.5 receiving yards. Then when we turn to some other props I'm liking for the Steelers, Kenneth Gainwell for the anytime tutty coming in at plus 160. His rushing prop, it's still sitting at 26.5. I did take Kenneth Gainwell to the over 26.5 rushing yards. Looking at the Miami Dolphins and looking at this defense, that defense does struggle against the run. And I think Gainwell is going to have success out there on the ground. Now, we could see some short passes off to Gainwell as well from Aaron Rodgers, and I do think that comes into the equation. So if you want to look at his rushing and receiving, I don't hate it, you guys. I'm just going to pull up what those current numbers are. I isolated his rushing, though. I wanted to go there with his rushing prop, but I don't blame you if you take the rushing and receiving. His rushing and receiving prop for Gainwell's 56.5. So 26.5 just for the rushing, 56.5 for his rushing and receiving. As for DK Metcalf, we know that Aaron Rodgers loves to look for him. It is prime time, Monday Night Football. The connection between those two is undeniable. And the Dolphins know that. And that's where I have issues with looking at, because you look at DK Metcalf. Let's look at his receiving prop here. His receiving prop coming in at 56.5. It is just way too many yards for me. I think he hits like right around that number, but I don't want to bet on it. But when we look at his anytime touchdown for Metcalf coming in at plus 165, we're actually getting better value than I got earlier in the day. I got him at plus 150 earlier in the day, and I do think he is a prime target out there in the end zone. Now, could we see DK Metcalf get that first tutty? You guys know I love talking that plus money. That's coming in at plus 800. But if you're betting first touchdowns, I think this is a really hard market to continually make money on. It's going to depend who gets the ball first, who defers. We've got so many things that can come into the equation there. I will be shocked if Metcalf gets that first tutty, but I'm not willing to get there with my bets. But I want to hear in the live chat what you guys are liking out there, what you think of this Monday Night Football game, where you're going to be putting some money, what you think the Pittsburgh Steelers will be able to do without TJ Watt out there on the field. Alex Highsmith is still going to bring it. So Alex Highsmith to get to Tua, another really solid look. He's coming in for his anytime sack, though. This is so juiced. It's minus 122. He's going to be able to get there. You could look at Haywood as well. Cameron Haywood for the sack is plus 270. This is where you're getting value for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I do think they'll be able to break through to his offensive line and put that pressure on him and get to him today. So Highsmith and Haywood, definitely playmakers you want to look at. If you want to parlay them, it's plus 422. I don't think you get greedy, though, you guys. I would look at Alex Highsmith separately at minus 122, and then Cameron Hayward coming in at plus 270. As for the Miami Dolphins, I'm not going to touch them to get to Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers have a sneaky game in this one. I think Rodgers comes out nice and strong. Now, looking at the touchdown market, I told you the guys that I'm going to focus on, But there's also a way to go here with Aaron Rodgers, and I think he goes over the 1.5 passing touchdowns. His over 1.5 passing touchdowns, you're not getting great value, but it's minus 102. I think he throws a couple in on the defense here of the Miami Dolphins. Now, we talked about the Dolphins. We talked about their defense. They are stronger against the run. But I'm counting on Rodgers to really come out here in primetime at home and really put on a show for this home crowd. So I do think he can go over the 1.5. If you think Tua can get there, this is where it gets interesting. Tua over 1.5 passing touchdowns coming in at plus 152. He has the weapon out there with Waddle, and I do think we can see Waller get that receiving touchdown as well. Devon Achane, we've heard with his rib injuries, right? Like, I don't know how much work he's going to get out there on the field. A short pass off to him isn't out of question, but what about Malik Washington as well? He can get those receiving touchdowns from Tua. So I do think if you're looking at the receiving props as well as the anytime touchdown and the touchdown props here, Tua at over 1.5 passing touchdowns, it's worth a shot. This is a defense here, the Pittsburgh Steelers, that really has been showing its age out there. They haven't looked as strong. This isn't the Pittsburgh Steelers defense that we once knew, right? This defense is showing cracks. It's wearing out. Now you got no TJ Watt on the field. So I do think both quarterbacks have success. You guys already know I'm rolling with the over in this game. So if I'm rolling with the Steelers laying the points, I'm rolling with the over. I got to look at Tua to really push Aaron Rodgers in this game. So I do like Tua over the 1.5 passing touchdowns. I also like this game for Aaron Rodgers over the 1.5 passing touchdowns, just not getting as much value. Let me know here in the live chat what you're liking in this game. Also, if you can hit that thumbs up, keep these free videos coming out here on a Monday night. It's always a lot of fun talking with you guys here, but what are you liking? I'm liking the Steelers. I'm laying the points. I'm liking Rodgers to have a big game. I'm liking him over the 1.5 passing touchdowns. I'm liking Tua over the 1.5 passing touchdowns. And then I'm turned into more player props, you guys, as I look at Waddle to have success in this one, to break separation and go over 63.5 receiving yards. I do think without TJ Watt on the field, we'll have Tua with a little bit more time. Now, remember, Tua is 0-5 in cold weather games below 40 degrees. He hasn't been able to get a win. At kickoff here, you guys, it is going to be only 16 degrees. Devon Achane, I can't trust with that rib injury. A cold weather game, he gets hit, it's going to hurt. And then Kenneth Gainwell. I'm looking at Kenneth Gainwell to have success here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. His anytime Teddy right around that plus 160 mark, you guys. So look at Gainwell and look at Gainwell over his rushing prop. 26.5. I think this number is too light for Gainwell. Do you think, you guys, we can fire up Kenneth Gainwell? I could see it. Now, I know I'm counting on Rodgers to be throwing this ball, but Gainwell's number, it's actually come up from earlier today. It was 26.5 earlier today. It's up to 28.5. You've missed the best of the number with Kenneth Gainwell, but this is okay because I did think Kenneth Gainwell could go for 40 plus rushing yards for Kenneth Gainwell is coming in at plus 178. Again, you could look at that rushing and receiving for Kenneth Gainwell if you don't want to jump just on his rushing prop. And then again for DK Metcalf. Let me know what you think of DK Metcalf today, you guys, for that anytime touchdown at plus 165. We're starting to see if things lock up out there. This game is about to kick off. It's going to be a great one. Let me know in the live chat here what you're liking tonight, you guys. I want to hear it. Remember, bragging rights are always on the line. If you missed out on my long shot anytime tutty, Adam Thielen here. Second game out here with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know Rodgers. I know his habits. I know he's a creature of habit. He likes those guys that he can trust. I think he can trust Adam Thielen. I think he's going to know it coming into this game. Adam Thielen, let me know if you think it hits or it doesn't. His anytime tutty plus 800. You guys, I couldn't say no to that great plus money on Adam Thielen. I think he has every opportunity to go over 1.5 receptions as well in this game. Last game, he came out. So he's played one game with Rodgers. He got 1 reception for 4 receiving yards. I think he has every ability to have a night where he gets 2 looks, and hopefully one of them is in the end zone, because at plus 800, sign me up. But again, you guys, if you can hit that like button over here on YouTube, that's all we ask. We need this free content to continue to drop here on the daily on Betting Pros. And that thumbs up, it's free. Just hit it. It really helps get this show out to so many other people who could use it. So this game is about to kick off. I want to hear, before we leave though, what you guys are liking in this one. There's a whole bunch of you watching right now. Those comments are not coming in like I would like to see, but let me know which one of my plays you think doesn't cash, or which one you think cashes. So Waddle over 4.5 receptions. I like this one, John, where you're going with Waddle over 4.5 receptions. I do think Tua is going to be able to get him the ball. Waddle over his receiving yards is what I took at that 63.5. With his receptions there, as long as you're not laying too much juice, I do think he can get 5 receptions in this game. I'm looking for Waddle to be the first look out there for Tua, and I do think he can be. You're looking at him. He's got 418 receptions, or 418 receiving yards on the season. He's got 6 touchdowns. Tua's going to be looking for him. He's the guy that Tua can trust. So yes, over the 4.5 receptions, as long as you're not laying like minus 120, minus 125 juice on that, I think is a great way to go. But you guys, let's absolutely freaking get it, John. Let's make some money out there. This game has kicked off. I want to wish you guys all the best in all of your bets. Again, thank you for joining me here on Betting Pros for your live Monday night question and answers. I appreciate each and every single one of you for being part of the show. But hit that like button so we can continue to roll out these shows for free before these games kick off, answering all of your questions on Betting Pros. But you guys, I'm Jo Madden. You can follow me at Jo Madden Sports on all social media. Hit the subscribe notification bell over here on YouTube so you do know when we go live. But until next time, stay hot, you guys, and let's make some freaking money. We'll see you next time.